Good morning, good afternoon. You can do this any time of day. This is 20 minutes of standing and seated and a little bit on your side glute work. So that's the booty. So let's get started. I want you to use your TheraBands, the only thing you'll need today. And we're going to start with a neck stretch. So just put one foot into the band and hold the band on that same side. And then make it heavy. So like it should give you a little bit of a pull, to pull you over. And then tilt your head the other direction and feel a nice stretch here. Now neck stretch. Now if it's too heavy, make it longer. Or if you want more stretch, you can make it shorter by reaching down farther. And I like to think about lifting my ear to the ceiling. Not so much dropping this head over, but lifting this ear to the ceiling. And then nod and sniff that armpit. So sniff the armpit. And notice if the body wants to go forward. Can you just keep it nice and tall and make it a side-to-side stretch? Come up through the middle. And then let the band take down this side. Feel a nice side stretch here. And then round back up through the middle and switch sides. Change feet, change bands. And one of my teachers says, listen to your neighbors, as if you had neighbors upstairs. And it's been a long time. I can't even remember actually having neighbors upstairs. But listen. You'll stay here for a few seconds. And then look down, sniff the armpit. So sniff the armpit. Feel maybe a little bit of stretch in the back of the neck here. Again, watch that you're not leaning forward here, but keeping it tall, and then the neck stretches. And then lean into that side, feel that nice stretch. And back up through the middle. Okay, so now both feet go in the band, just in your toes. So toes in the band. Yeah. Toes in the band for a little bit of plies, little knee bends, and some biceps. So I'm going to bend both arms and legs at the same time. Just right here, nice and easy. So to imagine that it doesn't feel like a very deep bend, and that's good because we don't want to do this. Yeah, so it's just easy, just the knees open and the knees close. Open and close. We're going to do 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Change those legs to parallel. Inhale, look up. You're going to roll down one vertebra at a time. So imagine your nose is going right down the front of your body. So you're looking to the middle of your chest, then look to your belly button, then look to your hips. Start to bend your knees anytime to reach for the floor. And you can put your hands on your legs, or you can put your hands on the floor and bend and straighten those knees for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And press the floor away with your feet. Come back up to standing. You're going to come into a wide second position. So this is probably the only time I use dance-based terminology, is the feet. So the second means that they're turned out, and the parallel would be straight ahead. So I want you to hold the band so it's pretty loose, because this work comes from the shoulders, not from the hands. So we're not moving the arms as much as we're trying to think about our shoulders going down our back. So just nice and easy, 10 like this, 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6, and 5. The hands don't go behind me. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, going to add the plie, add the knee bend for 10, and 9, and 8. We're going to drop the band in a few, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Drop that band. Nice, free arms, point the toes forward. This is your squat and your hug a tree. So literally imagine you're in front of a giant tree and you're gonna hug the tree and stand up. So as you hug the tree, you're sitting back like you're sitting into a chair, and then you're standing straight up. So like you're sitting into a chair or sitting on other things. Whatever works for you. Sit into the chair and stand up. Got 6 more. 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Float those arms down. Come to parallel. So your feet are right underneath, like your armpits, your hips are not so wide here. And you're going to lift one heel. Call this standing footwork, because when we do Pilates reformer work, we do footwork on the bar. So I want you to lift one heel and lift the other heel. And this is it. This is a variation of Pilates running. And our work is to not let these hips do this. So this is what we're not doing. Keeping these hips nice and level, just moving the leg under the hip. We're going to stay here for about 30 more seconds. So you get to feel your whole foot into the floor. And feel that heel. Put down that heel. Stand on that heel. Like really stand on the heel as you put it down. All right, 10 more seconds. And I always say, notice, but don't judge. Like one side might feel different. 2, and 1. All right, we're going to come down to the mat. Come to seated. Give you a different view here. All right, coming down to the mat. You can put your feet out as wide as you're comfortable. So it might be out here, might be under your shoulders, and then imagine that you're standing like on a wall. In fact, if you are facing a wall or facing a piece of furniture, you could sort of notice where you want to shift the weight side to side. And just imagine though that you're standing, that these feet are on the same plane, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do 4 exercises that are seated in the Pilates series. They are called saw and spine twist and spine stretch, and we will also do a lateral extension. So that's side to side. So in the saw, we inhale as we rotate, and as we exhale, we nod the chin, and this is a spine stretch. We're reaching for our opposite ankle. The back arm reaches up. Inhale at the knee, and exhale through the middle, and then we twist to the other side. Inhale, twist, exhale, saw. Reach. Push that fingers into the toes, into the side of the foot. Inhale here, exhale through the middle. One more each side. Inhale, twist. Exhale to saw. Reach those back arms like you're going in opposite directions. Inhale at the knee. Exhale through the middle. One more. Inhale to twist. Exhale to saw. Inhale big at the knee. Exhale through the middle. So you pick up your band here and just fold it in half. It's mainly to hold something. It's not so much that we need the resistance, but it's mainly to close the connection between our arms. So now you're going to do a spine stretch forward. And I'm going to turn sideways in just a minute, but I want to look straight on for now. Sitting up nice and tall, what it looks like from here is that I'm trying to slide this band across like a giant table. And I'm reaching through my back, not through my legs. So I'm not hinging to reach. I'm reaching through my back. My shoulders separate. And then I restack the spine and sit up. So from the side, this looks more like this. So I'm pushing my heels into the mat just so I feel that my legs are active. Sit up nice and tall. And then nod the chin. And then I'm peeling the spine off one vertebra at a time. And I'm trying to stay connected. So I'm not leaning forward. I'm trying to reach. My belly button is going up and under my rib cage. And I breathe fully here, and then I restack the spine. So I am emphasizing some of that curve in the upper back. One more like this. Inhale nice and tall. Gently, gently pull this band apart, and then nod the chin. And reach and stretch. The belly button is zipped and up, and like we're trying to hide it under the ribs. And we're reaching forward, reaching forward. And this is our flexion, forward flexion. Sitting back up. Coming back to the front. Come into a twist. So inhale to sit up nice and tall. Twist to the first side, and then sniff as you twist a little deeper. And then float to the other side. Sniff and inhale and twist. And float to the other side. We're doing one more each side. Sniff, sniff. And float to the other side. And sniff and twist. And back. So one more exercise here. It's a side stretch. I want you to bend one leg, and we're going to reach toward that leg, same direction. And up, and then other way. So the elbow might come down, or you might keep it straight. Just find what feels like a nice side stretch for you. And if you'd like to add this an extension, what this looks like is you'll press into this hand, this knee comes down, and then just reach up and stretch. That might feel good. And then lower yourself back down. Switch sides. We're going to the bent leg side first. Inhale up and over. Lateral extension here. Lateral flexion, rather. And to the straight leg. And up and reach up. And back down. So I want to add all of those together. We're going to review them all. We're going to do 4 total of each, and we'll move through each direction. So I'm going to start. You can just mirror me, so just go the same way that I'm going. First, we start with that twist. So inhale to twist. Inhale and sniff and twist. Twist. And then reach and sniff and twist. And now you go into the saw, nod and saw. Reach through that. And inhale fully. Back through the middle. Inhale, twist, exhale, saw. Bend that leg. Inhale, up and over. Inhale, up and over. And now lift the hips if you'd like to add this extension. Lift up and over. And back down. And then we repeat. We're going to go the opposite way first. So sniff and twist. Sniff and twist. Next one is the saw. So rotate, nod the chin, reach fingers for the toes. And inhale here at the knee. And come back through the middle. Inhale, sniff, and twist and saw. And back through the middle. Bend one leg and reach up and over. And reach up and over. Lateral flexion. And lift the hips for this extension if you like. Reach up and over. And back down. Bring your knees together. Drop them to one side. Come down to your elbow. We're coming into our booty series. So your knees are together. And then imagine you could put a fist right in between those knees right here. So here's like you're the front and back cover of a book, each leg. You're going to lift and lower here 4 times for 4 and 3. This comes from the glute, 2 and 1. And relax. You're going to lift those heels up in space. So the heels go up. 4, opening of the books for 4. Opening of the clam rather, and 3. And 2. And 1. And lower. So now we're going to reverse those clams. So we're going to go knee to knee, and then heel to heel. Knee to knee, and heel to heel. That's 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And back to straighten those legs. Lift and lower here. We're going to do sets of 5. Lift with the heel, point the foot down. Lift with the heel, point the foot down. So make this in the booty. Lift with the heel, point the foot down. Lift with the heel, point the foot down. I'm a terrible counter, did I tell you? And point the foot down. All right, you're going to tap this foot to the front and to the back. So it's just a little motion, like a little hot potato going front to front and back to back. And make it the heel and the heel for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and relax. So bend both of those legs. Coming into your spine stretch. You're going to lie down. Bring the palms together right here and then peel them across. You should find a little hip stretch here. Maybe a little bit of a low back and an upper back stretch. Breathe into that. And then start to come to your back. Rotate those feet to the mat. And then cross that leg that was working over the opposite leg. So the lower part of your leg goes on the thigh of the other leg. And then lift that thigh into the air. Give yourself a stretch here. Stretch that booty. If it feels nice, you can straighten this bottom leg. Point and flex this foot a few times. You can point and flex both of them. And then rock it back and forth. Loosen up that glute. And rock yourself up. And come to the other side. Almost done. So sitting on your side, it's like you're sitting on a chair. Your feet are on the floor, seated on your chair, and then you put a fist distance in between your knees right here and open your book for 4 and 3 and 2. See how my knees stay in the same plane, and 1. And now we open the clam. Lift the heels, open and close the clam for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to reverse those clams. Lower the heels, knee to knee, and then heel to heel. So 4 like this. There's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and down. Straighten both legs. Lower and lift. You're going to lift up with the heel and point it down. So lift up with the heel, point the foot, and bring it down for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And now little potato, front to back, heel to heel. And 5. And 4. The leg is just moving from the hips. 3. And 2. And 1. And bend those knees. Come to your book. Like arms are a book. Now you've got arms and legs as a book. Hands together. And then rotate open and stretch. Take a few breaths here. Enjoy the stretch. And then start to bring your feet to the mat. It'll start to move the back of the hips to the mat and cross the leg that was working over the other leg. And bring that leg up in the air and put your hands behind it. Give yourself a little wiggle. Stretch that leg. And you can straighten the bottom leg, point and flex the foot, your figure 4. Give yourself one little last stretch here. And rock yourself up to seated. And there you have 20 minutes. Your standing arm work. Seated traditional Pilates saw and twist and lateral stretch and extension, and then some side leg series to build the glute strength. And all of it is Pilates using your core and breathing before you move. So do this as often as you like, and you can add it with other 20-minute segments to create a longer workout for yourself. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.